Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web. Yes, it's the begin. It's the Dracolich, and this is going to be the most complicated one to do. Yeah, right. It's going to be a doddle. So let's get cracking, shall we? So we'll start off with Abaddon Black. And that is for the stone outcropping that he's stood on. I'm trying to hold it so I can see what I'm painting, and I know the wing's quite broad on this one, so it could be a little tricky in some parts for you to see what I'm doing, and I apologise for that, but it's the mould of the model rather than me just going off camera or holding it a silly way so you can't see. So yeah. Oh, look at that blooming, oh grief, butterfingers, not butterfingers, I'm just clumsy. So I just need to be as careful as I can be around here, because it's not the easiest model to get into. As long as when I finish I'm going back over the skeleton parts, that I get all the anywhere where I've gone over in touch with the black I can get to with the white, then that's on. That's fine. So what I'll do is I'll give this brush a rinse, and while it's still wet I'll try and get that black out of it, the dragon's eye there, because I don't want anything to obscure that part. Okay, so that's the rock formation done. I'm going to give the head a wipe. No, it's not the rock formation done at all, I've missed a bit. As is usual with me. Okay, so let's get the brush cleaned off properly this time. The black can go now, we're finished with that. And while we're waiting for the black to dry, what I'm going to do is use the Balor brown and go over the wings. This again is going to be one where we'll be going over in Agrax Earthshade to give the depth to it, so we don't really need a lot of highlighting on this, but we're going to be having, might have a little bit on the wings, I don't know yet. We'll see how it appears, I'll see how it looks after the Agrax Earthshade is applied later. One wing done. Now let's get on to the second. There we are. That's the top of the wings done, and now let's have a struggle and do the bottom. And I mean struggle for this one because it looks as though it's going to be a pain in the neck trying to get into these, but we'll do our best to get it done. It's tricky. Oh dear. And that was not very easy to get to, but it's done now. So I've got some tarting up there to do with the white. I'm going to get around to that in a few minutes. Okay, so let's get over involved with some of the white scar. Oops. I'm not going over everything, I'm just going over where I don't want any other colour and where I just want white. It's not too bad doing the white underneath here. It was basically the problem was getting into the leathery wings. As you could see, I wasn't having any problem at all on getting on the bone parts, but the actual wing flaps, was a different matter altogether. A little bit on the wing, which I don't want, but never mind, those should be okay. Shouldn't detract from it too much. Okay, now let's get that bit of black on its face covered. Usually when I'm doing stone I would highlight, ultra highlight with white. I'm not going to do that with this because there's not enough of the stone that's going to be in light from underneath the dragon. So the brightest parts, or the most highlights I'm going to be doing on this is the what's it called now, the Administratum grey, which was the fortress grey. The Fang, strange name for a paint, the Fang. I don't know why it's ended up with that name, but not to worry, as long as we've got the paint. That isn't much in the line of highlighting because they're all underneath the dragon, but we will need to do just that touch of it to make it look like stone. Okay, I think that's all the stone done. I'll get the Dawnstone and just okay, so going over once more to give it that bright area. This is the one we were going over all over. But we don't want, I say, all of the fang, the bluey grey, to be covered. We want to see some of that through this, in much the same way as we didn't want all the black covered over with the fang. We certainly don't want all the fang covered over with this grey. I say, underneath the dragon, where we are now, there won't be any more highlighting going on. It will just be this colour. That's all we need for that. And take out Administratum Grey. Like I said, there's not much area of this that we're going to be going over with this colour. But it does give just that touch of brightness. So yeah, that's that for the stone. Okay, so I'm now going to go over the dragon again visually to see whether or not I need to go over any more white. I do just a little bit there on that leg. Not leg, on that foot, claw, toe. And as I said, we need all the... I've not done underneath that wing. Okay, that's that. Done. Hopefully that's about all I need to do. I can't see anywhere else that I've messed up with. There. Again, don't be... I've not even done the top of this wing, never mind the bottom. Oh, Stephen, you idiot. And once we've done that, we can actually get onto the fun part. But we'll have to wait a few seconds for this to dry before we can do that. So, what I plan to do when I finish these is I'm going to take some photos. I'm going to finish basing them. You know, once I finish painting the figures for the camera, I'll base them all, take photos, and then I'll post a final video just as a photo montage of how they were and how they are once I've finished. It does look a bit stark at the moment, but just wait. Just wait. You've seen what happens when you put Agrax Earthshade onto a model. You're going to see a big transformation momentarily. I just want to give it a couple of seconds to dry off fully. So here we go. Let's get cracking. We have the Agrax Earthshade, we have the brush, we have the willpower, we have the technology. Let's get a Dracolich painted. Oh dear. So as I say, we just give it a bath. We do not give it a wash, we give it a bath. We need to get a lot of this paint on here, a lot of this wash on here. We want all the crevices, all the dips full of this. But we have to be careful, because I've just noticed on this, because there are a few sharpish edges to it, it's trying to drip off, so you just have to watch for that. But as it stands, what's that for difference, eh? Never ever fails to amaze me how good something looks when you just bang a wash on. It's just so simple. Yeah, so very, very, very effective, and I've only recently started using them. But now I'm learning more and more, and that's other YouTubers. Girl painting I've been watching. Templar's Crusade. Mac, Manuscripts Calder. And a few others. I've been watching the way they paint the figures. I was learning about the highlighting before I actually started watching these, but not how it applies fully. It was just a case of I was putting that little bit of lighter colour paint on in certain areas and not realising properly how it works. But now okay, I'm no expert, but I think I'm doing a better job now than I've ever done. And I'm learning all the time when I'm watching other people working. And that's the brilliant thing about this modelling community that we have. We're all there working away and helping each other. Even if it's just by posting these videos, we're showing each other how we do things, and by watching these videos we're picking things up. We're learning as we're watching. Is the wonderful thing about this thing we call YouTube. We can have a laugh with it, but we can also learn. And that is your Dracolich. I can't do much more on that now until the Agrax Earthshade dries. So I can't do anything as yet. So I will be back once it's dried. So we can see what's going on. Well, it's dried. How does it look? Very much like that. I don't think really much needs to be done on this now. Not going to stop me though. I don't need much to go doing on it. It's just purely a little bit of highlighting here and there. So we're going to be using Screaming Skull, not Screaming Skull, White Scar, and just over the head, just to pick out a few bits here and there. I'm not going overboard with it. I think really that should have been done in the Balor brown, same as the wings. So I'm going to do that now. We can do these things. So I'm not even going to bother cleaning my brush because it's only a little bit. I'm just going to bang the Balor brown, slap the Balor brown on. And when that's dry we can go over with the Agrax Earthshade. What I do want to do though, what I do want to do though, if I can get my words out, is revisit the Disciple of Chaos. I've actually found out how to pronounce it now. I had a look on Wikipedia and it gave the pronunciation, so it's Chaos. Yeah, so I want to just revisit this one. The reason being is actually holding something, so I'm going to do that, whatever it is it's holding, in Administratum Grey. Now I can't really tell what it is holding, but I know there's tentacles on the top, and it's supporting it with underneath with more tentacles. These are worms underneath him, because Chaos apparently has something to do with worms. So I'm just going to do that. That's all. And I also forgot the trim of his cloak, so I'm going to do that as well. And it's just a little bit of a dry brush just to pick out the design. Nothing major. There we are. That, as they say, is that. That's him done now. I'm not doing any more with him except for basing. However, the Dracolich needs his I would say mane or crest or whatever you want to call it, doing Agrax Earthshade, and I still need to finish highlighting. So as I say, we just need a small amount of the white, and it's just a case of just over certain parts, not everywhere. We just want to pick out a few bits, a few areas where light is going to be hitting. And that's it. End of story. Well, end of the series anyway. So, the next series I'm going to be doing, on these will be for Blood of Gruumsh. It was Kung Fu Snowboarder who asked me to do Blood of Gruumsh, or said he wouldn't mind seeing Blood of Gruumsh. Okay. So until next time, take care, God bless, and bye for now.